Let's see the quick demo of .NET PDF generation, any type of PDF generation. So here I just build a one web API applications where actually I just create a one controller, PDF controller, which we can generate PDF simple URL, any site of URL. Then also I can generate HTML generate that PDF using that HTML, simple HTML, and then also I can just use a complex HTML and to generate that PDF, and then last one actually dynamic HTML to generate the PDF. So let me show you one by one. So first let me just use any document, like for example if I just use any Microsoft document, so which I can show you now. See, this is my one of the Microsoft document which can generate open API and all, right? So I can just simply copy this URL over here and go back to here and just pass it to just execute. So once you execute, now it's generating this PDF, and download this PDF, open this PDF, and now see same generation OpenAI document is available as a PDF, right? So how easy actually it is generating, right? So this is very powerful package. And now moving to next endpoint, which is that now HTML generation. So it have as a sample template, sample in HTML, and it is just completed. So once I open it over here, now see, which have the sample, some content along with that image. So it is also, it is a completely URL image which is hosted in our somewhere. So directly actually convert that image and that content as a PDF. So now moving to the next one, that is complex HTML. So this is one of the HTML where actually I have that static HTML along with that style and bootstrap link and all everything. So based on this it will just generate that PDF. So now see, I have that in a static HTML. So based on this actually it is just generating the logo, even user detail section which have that user information along with this complete design and style and all, right? And also we have that table data in this HTML, and which has just created this grid, this nice grid, right, along with that style. And also see, add an even an add style also is applied over here. And one more thing, actually very important part also, see, once your grid is lengthy or it is going to next page, it is also taken care this automatically your header, right? And then coming that your data, right? So it is a very powerful. And also these are also image coming populating online hosted URL, and it's generating that PDF in this PDF also. And the last endpoint we have just created for that, dynamically generate HTML to generate PDF, right? So here also I have this complete whatever that complete data actually I just created dynamically and generate that HTML and that dynamically instead of static, and that I will just generate a PDF. So simply I can execute that. So it's got completed. So let me download it, open it, and once you open it, now see, it is have additionally feature also is available, like whatever that dynamically I just generating this data. And also see, there's a one of 3 pages, right? And if you scroll down, that pages, more pages, right? So what are the features I just including in this here? So if you see, this is a header template also is available, like whatever that header you want to show it up in this PDF, so you can show it like, okay, invoice number and all, and what is the date and all, right? And after that your logo and that data, and that also is a table. And once you go to down, now see, whatever that page actually it is generating, how many pages, so 1 of 3. So this is one of 3, and it is complete 3 pages. Also generation date and all is also available. So similar, if you go to the next page, also it is available this your header along with the data, and also it is including that page, whatever that page it is a second page, and it is as a third page, right? So those are things we will actually implement in this session. So yeah, before implementation, I'm especially recommend, if you first time I visit my channel, so yeah, go to my channel which is .NET Real World Example. And very few month ago or few years ago actually I just generating another another PDF session, like PDF generation session, which is also here. If you go through this one, so you can get some idea actually how you can generate PDF in other packages also, right? But that is not very powerful, but this one is very powerful, which we are trying to build in this session. Okay, so yeah, let me moving to implementations. So let's open any IDE. So I'll use that Visual Studio 2022, and now I'll just create a new project. So let me just create a new project, and here you can this package, actually this Puppeteer Sharp actually supported all that .NET project. Okay, so you can choose any of project. So I'll use API, web API, so that I can show you, different way how you can just generate a PDF to using different URL or HTML or dynamic HTML and all, right? So I'll choose that .NET Core Web API. Next, and just make it the name, suppose whatever the name. So okay, cool. So now I'll just giving that project name like Puppeteer Sharp, which is the package which help to create that PDF for anything like URL or HTML or dynamic HTML, anything. And also it's I just mentioned the web API, so that I can use that. I am using the web API, so I'll use that web API. Next, and currently I have installed .NET 10, but yeah, it support .NET 8, and also it is support standard .NET packages, no, standard .NET libraries. So yeah, I'll just simply use this and also use that controller. If you want, you can you uncheck this one on minimum web API create. So now simply you can see my project got created, a web API project got created. It is nothing, just sample, a sample template, right, which is provided web API. And if I run this application, it have just one controller, weather forecast controller. Let me run this so that we can make sure our project which we have created as a sample project, which is working as expected. So now it's running, right? And let me open this in any browser. So let me copy this URL, right, my local host URL, and open the web browser and just simply paste it. So now see, once you execute your URL, localhost URL, it is nothing, right? Just because, so in the latest version of .NET, actually the swagger has been removed, which was previously included. Okay, so what I can do, simply whatever our endpoint, I can directly call it over here. So now see, I can able to see whatever that endpoint is actually returning. It is returning the data, right? So that you can verify over here. If also go to that solution, see, there are the weather forecast controller, and here our controller name is weather forecast. So you can simply call this one, so get endpoint will be called automatically. Okay, so now it's perfectly working fine as a sample one. So now we will start to implementation of that Puppeteer Sharp packages, and then we'll generate that. So for that, what I'll do, simply I'll just create another controller which can separately call it to that PDF generator, something like that. Okay, so call as a controller, and in this controller, so I'll use that API and choose any empty controller and add that one and make it to something PDF. Okay, so PDF controller, so add that. So now I don't have nothing over here, right? It is simply just our controller. So what I can do, simply first of all, I'll just create one actions over there, right? So as like see, it is just giving some samples over there, right? So yeah, http get, but yeah, I'll not using that http get. Yeah, I think that is fine for get also, because we have to pass one URL, right? So let me use that. Okay, and now see that code compilation actually providing me some solutions over there, but yeah, yeah, that is also fine. There's a no issue. I think that is pretty much good for now, but that packages are missing, right? So let me just copy this name and go to that solution and go to that manage package. Okay, go to the browser and choose that package and use this one. This is that right one. Okay, so Puppeteer Sharp, right? This is that one package which have to use, and also if you want to see that package in this GitHub link, right? So this is that GitHub link of this Puppeteer Sharp, right? And here that proper documentation, or one if you want to some samples, so you can just use it on over here, but don't worry about that, I'll explain everything. And also there is a couple of sample actually how we have to use it, right? So yeah, it is pretty much a small sample, but I'll show you that real world example how we can use, because there is a very important part of that PDF generation in our application, right? Because that is the, every application actually require that PDF generation as like a report or invoice or something like that, right? So that is very difficult actually for existing whatever that previous experience. We see that PDF generation tools and package actually they are mostly paid, and also it is a very complex to design that PDF and all, but it is very simple. So that's why I just come with this session. And now let me moving to that implementation. So uh, let me install that first. Okay, so yeah, let me install that. Okay, now it's got installed, right? And now go back to over here and simply just copy paste, and yeah, so just bring that your uh, namespace of this particular libraries, particular package, right? So what I can do, see how I can just generate that, right? So first, simply, uh, ideally you can just create instance of that in a browser fetcher, right? But yeah, directly also we can use it like using command, right? So in the using, simply I'm using that Puppeteer using the launch, and inside that I have to just use this options, right? So there is options as headless true, so I want to headless, I don't want to no, headless actually, don't want to head, so that's why I just headless true. And then once I get that browser, right? So in this browser, actually one thing we required over there, this browser fetcher, right? This browser fetcher actually ensure that, see, this is that before that actually, see, before that actually we have to ensure our browser is download properly, like there's a support multiple browser, right? So for that what you can do, simply I can use that browser fetcher, right? So see, like that I can create instance, and simply I can use that without passing any extension. Okay, so now see, this is that browser fetcher, and first time actually it will try to install your browser, right? So that they can support or they can generate and all. And if you go to this download function inside that package, right? So now see, this is actually support Firefox, Chrome, Chromium, right? So based on this actually we we have to download first. So this is the download mechanism. So yeah, it's really, especially recommend use this one so that they can download first in the caches, right? And then what I'll do, I'll just set that browser, and in this browser I can create a page, and in this page I have that one method like go to method, right? And in this method, see, simply if I pass any URL, right? So whatever URL I just want to pass it, so same URL they will get it and generate the PDF. Okay, so as I'm passing that URL, right, whatever URL, so they will just generating and create that. So yeah, there is another method actually after set that your URL, right? After set your URL, now see, this page has that another method like PDF stream, right? In this PDF stream you can simply pass that options, right? So yeah, ideally you can pass that option, but it's not mandatory, but yeah, let me pass that. Okay, because this PDF option has that many things, so that I'll show you in in little bit later, but yeah, as of now just take it as default one. Okay, and after that whatever PDF stream we are getting, we are trying to generate a PDF, right? That's simple. Save it, now run it and see in action. Now my application got running, right? So now we have to test it. So how we can test it? Simply I'll use that postman over here. So open a postman, and here I'll just use a new request, an HTTP request, and this is the get request. So copy from here itself, right? So copy this, go back to postman, paste it over here, and now whatever our URL, right? So go to my particular PDF controller over here. Now we mention API and along with this one, right? And yeah, I think pretty much good. So API, just mention API slash whatever that PDF, right? And now my name is, you can just use it, or yeah, I think that we can use it, and then simply I can pass it that query parameter because I'm expecting that URL. So use that URL equal to that URL. Okay, so whatever our URL, which one I want to just print it. So I want to print it google.com, right? I just want to generate PDF of my Google website first. So I'm using this, and I can simply send. Okay, now once I send, now see already I debugging, so it is reaching that, and just try to download browser. Okay, now see download completed, but yeah, if you doing first time, definitely it will take some time because this complete download browser in your application, right? And then if I move it to next, now see, just moving next, and just finally I generate this PDF stream, and this PDF stream will be create that PDF. Okay, so once you continue, now see that PDF generated in here pretty much similar, right? As like, so whatever that google.com, if you just little bit up, now see that PDF got generated over here, right? So whatever URL actually if you pass, so they will just simply generate that PDF. And if I just save it this file, so I think, yeah, I think, see, I can save it this file also, just download it folder, and once you download, now go to that particular download folder. Yeah, I just download this one. Now see, this PDF got created of your site, any site. So now it's Google, uh, whatever icon, whatever their internally image and all, everything actually look same, right? Now see, this is that same example, same website of site of the google.com, and this is my PDF. Actually it is similar, right? There's no changes. So that is the beauty of this package, right? So that's why I just create this session. Okay, now moving to another URL or another site, like which is little complex. So as of now I'll just using Google, but for example let me create this PDF. Okay, this GitHub link of the Puppeteer Sharp package. Okay, just copy this URL, go back to my endpoint, and in here let me change to my endpoint to this. Okay, and this time also will show you, actually it will not take such much time up to download that. Okay, so let me simply hit enter, and if it is reaching over here, now it is trying to download. Now see, now second time it is not taking time to download because it's already download. Only first time it will take some time, and then once I continue, now see that PDF got generated of that site. Okay, also let me just save it also, this file as a PDF. Yeah, this PDF is downloading and download. Okay, I think it is the same name because already, yeah, we can overload also. Yeah, I want to replace it, and go back to here and just open it. Okay, now see whatever my GitHub link, right? So this is my GitHub link and this is PDF be generated. So we have that same things, nothing has to change anything, like whatever that image and all, everything looks good. Even see, this is that image. If you go back to that PDF P Sharp, Puppeteer Sharp, or now see, if you scroll down, yeah, this is same. Even see this image also, it is not loading over here. That's why my PDF also not able to showing that image. Even if you scroll down, that whatever that image in this end, I can see that image and also is available there, right? It is little height actually just cut, but yeah, uh, almost same, right? There's no changes. So that is the beauty. So now we are good for this, right? Like based on that URL, any URL site, actually we can generate a PDF, right? Now we have to moving to our own HTML, right? Suppose we have I have actually one HTML, like this is the my HTML, which have many things, like we have that style, couple of styles over here, right? And yeah, we have that style, we have some tables, we have some image actually. So based on this actually we'll try to create a PDF. Okay, and before that actually I was thinking before that also what I can do, I can show it you to simple HTML along with the with the image, how actually generating that. Okay, so for that again I'll just create another endpoint, so which will call something, yeah, let me copy that. So let me copy that, and yeah, I can change it to name something PDF URL PDF generator, right? So URL PDF generator, right? And similar I can generate over here like HTML PDF generator, right? HTML PDF generator or HTML generator PDF, that is also fine. Okay, and here I want to change HTML, right? And I don't want to this. Okay, and this is also not cat. Let me make it to HTTP post. And yeah, I don't require this, so let me delete. And also yeah, this is fine. And yeah, this time once I require this generate to HTML, right? So we don't require this method. Okay, so in this case what we required actually, in this case actually we needed one of that method which is called something, let me remove that and use that page, right? And in this page we have that method which is set content. Okay, set content async, and here simply see I can pass it to our HTML as a string. Okay, so where is my HTML? So for HTML let me get some sample HTML over there. So yeah, this is my sample HTML which have nothing, it is okay, so it is nothing, let me see, just simply I have HTML which have body and hashtag, and in this hashtag we have set that some content, and also we have set that one image, like that I want to show you, like if I want to give that particular at a online image, right? So let me show you this image how look like. So let me copy this image and go to here. Now see that image actually it is online, right, which I have taken, and that image I want to show in my PDF along with this content. That's simple HTML, and yeah, that is pretty much good. And this HTML content I'll just pass it to my over here. That's it. Okay, and save it, and yeah, pretty much good. Now I think I can stop this and run it again, and also put the debugger point over here so that I can show you how actually it is working. Okay, now cool. Application got running. Now go back to our here, right? And in this case, now let me create a new endpoint. For example, HTTP, and instead of get, now I require the post, but I can refer that old URL and all. Go back to your endpoint and here just pass it to HTML. And yeah, body, we have nothing in the body, right? So yeah, we can simply use none, or we can pass it that empty body, like for example, but use that JSON, right? This empty, and what we have, nothing, right? Simply I can send it. Once you send, now see it is reaching to HTML1, and if I just debug further, nothing to take time, and it is pretty much same. But yeah, just generate HTML and use this and generate that PDF. That's it. Continue. Once you continue, now see our PDF got generated. Let me save it. Save this to, yeah, just override that, or let me change to name like something HTML. HTML, yeah, simple HTML generation. Go to open the folder, download, yeah, this one. Now see, whatever image I just pass it, so based on that image, online image also actually they handling it, right? They don't record actually, okay, they give that byte or and all, not required, right? Simply I pass that HTML, or sorry, simply pass that URL of that particular image. It is just converting that PDF also, right? So this is also is a very powerful package to generate PDF. Okay, so now we are moving to that little complex HTML. That was a simple HTML, right, which we shown over here. But now we have to moving to that complex HTML, which have the many things. Like for example, I have already this HTML, right, which have complete HTML header, and also there's a reference of that font, and CDN and bootstrap and all, right? And there's a couple of styles. See, there's a couple of styles over here, and also we have that body which have that logos and all. Even there's a couple of things, and let me show you this HTML how look like in a HTML page. Okay, so I just save it to over here, right? So let me open this HTML in my here. So yeah, once I open, okay, let me open this. See, this is that HTML, which is new.html. If you see, this is new HTML, and it have that user details. Also this is a logo, the Puppeteer Sharp logo, and which have that profile, and also we have that user data table which have contain the tables. And yeah, this is a couple of invoices over here, and also we have couple of image list over there, so that also we have to shown over here, right? So this is this is that content of that HTML. So what I can do, I can use this HTML in my application. So let me stop that. Okay, and yeah, for that I can little use same method to use another endpoint. For example, yeah, it is complex HTML, right? Complex HTML, and similar things I can change it to here. Okay, complex means like style HTML, or something bootstrap and all, including bootstrap. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just create one file over here, or one folder. Let me call that PDF template, and in here I'll just create one HTML file. So create a new item and look for HTML. Okay, yeah, this is my HTML, and yeah, I can use complex HTML or complex template, right? Template, yeah, add it. So now it is nothing, just remove this and take it my complete HTML over here, copy and paste it, right? Yeah, see, now complete HTML over there. which have many things over there, like see all that HTML over here. Now we have to generate a PDF of my HTML with have that many CSS, right? So how we can do that? It's very simple. So for that actually we have to read this file, right? So for reading this file, yeah, I can simply remove this. Okay, and for reading this file actually I have to use something assembly. So use that assembly. Okay, and this assembly actually execute assembly which can returning that particular assembly, and in this assembly I'll just specify that template name. So now whatever that template name, so it is something PDF template, so copy this, change it to this, and then whatever that file name, let me copy this file name and yeah, change it to this. Okay, now cool. Now I have a HTML file name. Now I get that path. Okay, using that, so simply I can use another command which is file path, right, which have that directory of that our execution location and that file name. So now I have that complete path, and once I get that complete path I can simply read this file as a bytes, right, or just HTML, whatever that HTML I have, right? So yeah, also yeah, simply I can use this code where see I'm using that stream reader, right, where I can just pass that my file path, and also we can use that encoding, and I can store it to somewhere this one. So yeah, I can use that string, right, now it will returning that whatever file is string, so they will completely returning back as a string, and this string actually has a HTML string, right? So that simply I can pass it to over there. That's it, right? So this is just a mechanism of your reading that file. Whatever way you can read, you can read it, but yeah, I'll using this way because this is a very very actually right way, which will support all that operating system like Windows, of your Windows deployment or your Mac OS, right? So that also it's works. That's why I'm using this code. Okay, that is pretty much fine, and nothing we have to change, just only change to my uh, endpoint. Okay, so simply you can run it again. Okay, so yeah, it's running now. Go back to Postman, and what I can do, I can simply change it to here actually. So yeah, I can change to complete this, right, complex HTML to generate PDF, and yeah, I think we can debugging also, we can put the debugger. So put the debugger over there, and go back and hit enter. Okay, it is reaching there. So yeah, complex one reaching, and download, yeah, already downloaded, so not required. And now we are executing this. Yeah, I executing and get that file name, and finally I just get that path, right, whatever our path. And okay, something is wrong over there. So okay, yeah, one thing I missed that. So yeah, it is correct, path is correct, but it is not reading, just because see, if you add any static file and all, right, so what you need to do, you have to go to right click and go to the properties. You have to set, see, build action is nothing, right, so that's why it's not treating anything. So you have to change to content, and this file will be copy always, might be you change something, so that's why you can make it to copy always. And now we can run it again, and yeah, go to Postman, hit enter, go back to debugging mode, go to there, and yeah, now this time, yeah, this time is good. Now I'm getting that complete HTML. Now see, complete HTML I'm getting over here, whatever that HTML is my file. So this is my complete HTML, and close that, and yeah, you can continue. Okay, now see, it's generating the memories and continue. So once you continue, wow, see, this is amazing, right? So let me save it so that then we can also, yeah, let me it to complex, save it and open it to over here. Yeah, this is that file. Yes, see, whatever we have that HTML, right? So where is my HTML? This is my HTML. As like, see, whatever logo is same. If I see that the user profile also is correct, even along with the color, design, everything is pretty much same, right? Even see, whatever, even an odd design also it is available my PDF. And one more thing, actually, if you observe, see, this is actually that powerful feature over here. So if you see, this is my header, right? This table as a header, right? And in this header, suppose this table content is going to the next page. So what they did, see, they just taking automatically uh, your header for the next page along with their whatever the last row, right? So previously it was previous page, it was the 18, and then one line bars is is going to next page, so they adding is a next line along with this header, right? So this is that part. And also see, whatever image URL I have, it just created nicely, right? So now see, that complete HTML, whatever HTML, complex HTML with the style, bootstrap, you know so they are creating a PDF easily, right? So yeah, that is fine. Now we are moving to another now little more complex. Like suppose this is just we just creating as HTML, hard coded HTML, or we can say the static HTML, right? But now we'll just create, or we will just create this HTML as a dynamic HTML. Then we will create our PDF, because that is actually the main goal, or we can say it is a real world example, right? Because in our application, definitely it was not a static HTML and all, right? Or not a static design, right? So that could be something like based on that, multi section over there, that could be generated now, uh, uh, different dynamically, actually they have to create it, right? So that we have to just generate it. So how we can do that? Actually, in previously, if you go to my channel, so .NET real world example, and here actually starting, actually I just create or I have that PDF. Okay, so we have one session, not sting link PDF actually. Yeah, so this one, see, this is that I just create a one session which also is generating a PDF in .NET here. And this is was link to I think link to package, I think some other package actually I use it, that was not as such much powerful which we are using. But yeah, I also covered over here how we can generating that dynamically HTML and all, so you can refer it over here, this one. So what I'll do for that, actually we can do something. We have to create a one class which can generating a dynamically. Okay, so what I can do, go to our solution, and here let me create a one model. Yeah, create a model folder, because I'll just create this. Yeah, so I'll just create this model for user so that I can dynamically generate it over here. And also I'll just populating this data as a dynamically, and also this image should be coming from dynamically, right? So this three model actually we have to create it over here. So let me just create one by one. So first I'll just create one model which is the image model. Okay, so let me create a model, right click on that class, and just model, right, image model. And this image model, nothing, we have to specify two property. One is URL and description, right? And what is that next one? Next one would be that invoice model. Okay, so let me create another one, invoice model. So yeah, invoice model, and it is also have this few property. So yeah, I think ID, name, quantity and price. I'm just giving some idea. Actually you can use it as per your requirement, right? And now finally I'll just use one of that model, that user model, right? So that I think we can create itself over here, or I think we can create a PDF request. Okay, so let me create another model over here which is called something PDF request. Okay, and in here whatever model actually we have to create it, so I can just create it over here or assign it over here like invoice images, right? Because this is the one request which will which we have to add all this invoices and images, and images also can be list or invoice also can be list, and that user model, whatever that user section, right? So yeah, that user model also I can just create it over here. Yeah, let me create over here. So user, and whatever that user property, I can use it over here like this, right? And we are pretty much good, right? So yeah, we are pretty much good over there. So my model got created. Now we have to create one service, so let me create a one service also, so that we can handle now dynamically all that HTML. So create a class something PDF service, and in this PDF service what I can do, I have to just create a few methods over there, right? So yeah, first of all I'll have to just create one method which will generate HTML user details. Okay, so let me just copy, because I already explained everything, but I'll just create it over here. Now see, I have to just create a generate HTML user which is expecting that user information user, and based on this actually we have to create some logo, and here also we have to show some logo, whatever logo, or we can use that online logo as well if we don't want to get the logo from itself this here, right? So yeah, I think that is another example actually which I want to show you. Like suppose I have images in my application, right? So how we can get as a that image used as a byte string bytes, and then we have to show that in my logo, right? So for that, what I can do, uh, I can use this PDF template, and in this PDF template I'll just use one of the logo I have already. So let me just copy paste over here. Okay, so this is my logo. If you can see, this is my logo, and the logo name would be whatever name I can assign my code. So this is my logo, just assign to my logo, that's it. And it will just looking for your logo over there, and yeah, I can just comment it out, comment this one, because I'll have to use that logo name, and this logo name get that file path and logo directory, and it will read this bytes, and this byte I'll just convert it over here. And once you convert it, now see, let me comment it this and uncomment that. I just using as a string builder, right? So in this string builder, okay, sorry, not this one actually. So yeah, see, I'm just using this image src data image png and base64, and whatever that base64 I just converted over here, right? So that I have to simply pass it over there, and I'm using that logo, that's it, right? And yeah, I think it is pretty much good, and I'll just closing the div over there. So this is that logo section which we have generating HTML for logo, and then coming back to the another section which is that user information, right? So for user information, again I'm just using that h1 tag and also that user information, right, user details, and then also I'm using the card. See, I'm using that bootstrap class over there, right? So bootstrap class, bootstrap headers, and also see, this is the profile of the headers and this is the card body. And in this card body, what I'm trying to do, simply I'm just iterating to whatever user I have in user information, using the reflection and get that value, name and value, and just using that p tag strong and passing that property r as the value, right? And finally I just complete my div over there. This two div is open, right? One is that main div, card div, and another one is the card body. So that two div is close it, right? So like that, actually you can just generate your HTML with your data, right? So this is for that generate for a user or logo, right? Similar, I will generate another one which is called something let me add over here. Okay, so this is for the table. So now I'll just pass the list of that invoices, and based on the list of the invoices I'll just create, you know, that table, right? And for table, now see, this is the h1 tag which is showing at the top, they show the details of that, and then if it is nothing it will returning something. And neither what we are trying to do, we have to add some other div which will table responsive. And in this table responsive, now see, I'm just creating as a table which have the table thtr, right? And whatever the trth, I'm just adding over here table, and again just starting the t body and iterate that all the data of invoice and create a tr and td, that particular all that invoices, right? And finally close the table and append this table and simply return back to our HTML, right? And actually it not should not be as a static, so I can use that public. Okay, and yeah, I don't require actually static because I need to call in a different way, so I can remove that. Okay, so this is also fine. Now let me collapse that two method. Okay, and now another method which can be generate your content. Okay, so this is that actually final what you can say uh, final method which will generate, now see, it will generate something like that. Okay, let me explain it, what is that. Now see, not required static. Okay, so I'm just creating another method which will be generate complete HTML, right? So now see, I'm just creating this and just passing that PDF request, and in this PDF request has those like user details, invoice, and images, right? So complete information we have to pass, and here we have to record as a sample template, as like I already has a template over there, right? So but I don't require to that if you see, I don't require this data, like this data actually we have to create it my own, right? So for that, what I can do, I have already that data, means that sample template, so I'll use that template over here, or just I can create another one, like for example I can just copy somewhere, copy to here and paste it to over here. Okay, and where is paste command? Yeah, here the paste. Now I paste it to this, and simply I can rename it to something PDF template, right? So yeah, PDF template, what we have, nothing is special, but yeah, almost same, like we have that style, all the style we have, but we don't have nothing in this body, because whatever body we are trying to generate dynamically, and we have to append it over here, but HTML we have to take it the HTML only, right? So yeah, I think we can use this template over here. Go back to my code over there, and my name would be, yeah, PDF HTML template, and PDF template, that is fine. Yeah, so PDF file name, again we get that path, and we read this template over there, and whatever the template, yeah, I think we have to bring back some packages over here. Now see, for HTML actually I require this HTML agility pack, so let me install that. Okay, so now I already installed this, and this HTML actually use the load function, and whatever content we have, so I just load it over here. And once I load, now see, I get that HTML node for checking, okay, if the div is present or not. If it is not present, so simply I can simply return back. If it is present, then we are just calling whatever method we have generating previously, right? So see, I generating this, and we are passing our request that user details, whatever user details, it will simply return back to our string HTML. Similar, I have to already create a HTML for table, so it will returning back to HTML table content. And the last one actually we have to create for HTML image, right? So for that actually we can create, we have to just create another one. Yeah, we have to create another method, which is like inside here. Okay, here, and this is actually little uh, another tweaks actually over here. So what is the tweaks? Now see, if you want to show that image directly from that your network, right, like simply a URL, right, so that time you don't require it. But suppose you have that image, right, from some network, but you want to get that bytes, right, and then you have to show that in a is as like I show that in our uh, over here, right, for that this guy, right? So in this case actually this will be help you. So yeah, I think again I can just use this package. I record one package for this guy. Let me back. So yeah, I think I record this package, so you can just install this package, and yeah, we are good. So this is that method actually, which you can just pass that URL. This URL will be get that response, and it will read that bytes array. That's it. Okay, and this bytes are actually we have to use uh, some some other place, right? So for example, I'll just create another image method which can bind that image method. So before that actually I'll just create that. Don't worry, I'll share that all this code in my repository. It is already available, but yeah, I'll share it again. So yeah, see again this method, right? And in this method there is a two way ideally. Either you can just pass that URL simply, so you can show that image, or this is another method which can use for your bytes. So what I'm trying to do, see, I'm just calling this method, this below method, passing the URL, get that bytes, and this bytes actually we have to convert to base 64 string. So both of the way I will show you. So first let me comment this, right? I'll show without converting, without getting that bytes. So simply image URL, I'll show it to you, right? And that's it. Okay, I think we are pretty much good for this here, but yeah, I'll just remove this static and also remove this static. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think we are pretty much good. Now simply I can call our controller to this method, and I can generate my HTML, dynamic HTML, right? So go back to my controller, PDF controller, and copy to this, or just copy to this actually. Yeah, copy to this, and this for dynamic HTML, right? So let me change to dynamic HTML, and similar I can change it to this. Cool. And yeah, one thing I need to change it over here. So as I am just calling this, I don't require to call this till to here, right? And simply I have to call my that method, that newly service, right? So I have to record to inject that. So this is that injection, controller injection. So what is my PDF? I think PDF service, right? And just injected and assigning to over here. Yeah, so assign to here and call it to here. Okay, so let me use await PDF method. Okay, and what is the method you have to want to call? So I want to call to generate method, and you can simply pass it your models, right? So let me prepare your model now. Okay, so before that, actually you can just prepare your model. So it is just simple. I'll just create my model. So first I'll just copy or just create a one request over here, right? And in this request I'll just create my user information over there. So yeah, now see, I'm just create a user details, whatever my user details I just created. So yeah, this is user details, and next I'll just create a list of that invoice. So this is my list of invoice, and yeah, I'll just create for loop to generate some fake data over there. Now see, I'm just creating 20 as of now, or let me more it, like for example 50. Okay, so 50 data, and it will just create a randomly data of that invoice, right? And then finally the last section to generate that image, right? So yeah, randomly I'll just create some image. So yeah, here that image, and I'm just creating some image over there, and this is my actually my own image which have hosted in my GitHub. So I'm getting from there, and also not only this, actually I'll show you more image so that it will be real world example. Okay, now see, also I have image, I have invoice, I have user details, right? Now I have complete information of that PDF request, and I can simply pass it to my method. That's it, right? And it will returning that is string, right? So store it to for example string something like that, right? Save it. Now I have that HTML content, and I pass it to my set content. That's it. Okay, and save it. Now definitely if I run, I am getting some error. Why? As I already show you previously, see whatever file I'm using, right? So this two file I'm newly added, right? So also we have to set to this property and set it to contain, and yeah, not copy always, right? This is one, and another one for this logo also. So property set is to contain, and yeah, copy always. That's it. Save it, and now run it and see in action. Okay, one more issue actually. Yeah, I forget to that, but yeah, there is a one issue. Actually I just create a service, right? PDF service. So that PDF service actually I inject it, so definitely it is complaining to uh, injection, right? Dependency injection. So what I can do, I can simply register over here like builder dot services dot services. So use that add scope over there and PDF service. That's it, right? And simply I can just take a reference over here. I think copy paste. Yeah, I bring back that reference and save. Okay, now we are good. Now run this application. Okay, now it's running. Now open that your here, and what I can do, I can just copy this, or I can just change it to here itself. So let me change my endpoint name So what is my endpoint name? My endpoint name would be, yeah, so my endpoint name would be dynamic HTML, right? So simply I can change it to over here dynamic HTML and hit enter. Okay, I'm getting some error, right? So yeah, could not find the file. Okay, so yeah, PDF template is not available. Yeah, might be some name issue and all. So let me debug it over here, right? So in this debug, let me check that name actually. So go to my method and here check that folder name and all, it's correct or not. So yeah, PDF template, let me copy this. Let me stop that. So let me copy this, change it to this, and also change that PDF file name. Copy this and change it to this. Okay, so yeah, this is one thing. Another thing is, another place, actually two places actually we are trying to use this template. Yeah, this PDF template and this one. Okay, let's see, we are actually getting that error. So let me run is, and this time I just put the debugger point and hit enter. Go to the debugging, go to there. Yeah, everything good, it is binding fine. Okay, so it is taking time to this, so I'll just simply putting the debugger point over here and continue, and go to this, go to implementation and put that over there, continue, and let me check, we are actually getting that error. Yeah, it is fine over here, there is a no issue over there, but I think go to then user details and put the debugger point also over here, go to here. Yeah, also it is fine, there is a no issue for that here. And if I just put the debugger point over here, continue, yeah, it is also fine. Now final one, I guess problem here, so let me expand that debugging point. Yeah, it is reaching here, go to here, and it is image. Okay, I think now it's good. Let me continue. Before continue, actually let me put it over here so that I can check what is the content actually generating. Now see, now content is generating this. Okay, and this content also you can check like how actually working it. So let me copy this and go to here, just replace it. Okay, and save it, and now run this file as HTML. So if you HTML running, now see HTML running, whatever I content generating, this contain actually generating like this, right? So this is that HTML actually, it is not PDF. So but yeah, HTML look like is good, right? So what I can do, simply continue, and once you continue, now see, now this time it's generating perfectly. Let me save it first, so that, okay, let me make it name something dynamic HTML, right? Dynamic HTML, save it and open it to dynamic HTML over here, and then comparing how actually look like. Okay, so yeah, it is fine, there is a no issue. Also details fine, and user detail also is fine, and it is pretty much good. Now see, this is that beauty. So if you your header, if it is long table, so it will go to next page, so it will taking the header also. And also that image list, now see how many image you are trying to generating. So whatever image actually it is generating perfectly, right? So yeah, that is fine. Actually one more thing actually we have to show you, like see, as like whatever PDF is generating, but I'm not able to see actually how many pages actually for that, right? So that also features available in this package actually. So how we can add this package, or how we can allow that? So on our here, now see, it have some new function, right? So in this new function, let me over here, let me, okay, so there's a couple of option actually. See, this is a option, PDF option. There's a many things over here, like for example, see, display header footer, footer template, header template, height, weights, actually whatever things actually you want. So there are many things, right? So that using that actually we can just cover that. Okay, so for that let me add some header footer over there. So how we can add that header footer? For header and footer actually there is an option, so I'll just take it the header footer first. So let me add that header footer over here. Okay, so yeah, I just add this header and footer. See, there's a header template, and how actually working this header template. If you see mouse over on that, see header template, see following the date, if you mention that date in your header, so it will take as a date automatically the current date. Also if you take the title, so whatever HTML you have a title, the title will be take it over here. Even if you use that URL, so it will take also URL. And if you mention that page number, so it will take it the page number, and total page, whatever the total page and all, right? So this is the header, similar to footer also. So whatever things actually just show, you can just mention. So what I did actually, see, I just use one div, it did nothing, just style, and next line I use the span, and in this span I'm just using the class title, right? So if you using the class title, so whatever your template, right? So I have the template, as you can see, this is my template, and in this template whatever the title over there, it will take it as a title over there automatically and show it the title value, right? And similar, if you use that date, so it will take the current dates. And if you see the footer also is a div, and then next actually I'm using this date, so generate this date along with two things, like one is that page number, whatever that current page number, and what is the total page number, right? So there's two things actually we have to use it. So save it. I don't know like is hot reloading is working or not, but yeah, I can restore my application, restart my application. Okay, and now go back to over here, and simply I can send it and continue, 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 and continue. Okay, so yeah, now I'm continue, and if you see, so now header and footer actually not available because I think it is not properly built it. Okay, now save it. Okay, and if you save it, and what color, yeah, color black. Now run this application. Might be that reload is not working, so yeah, I think we can try. Yeah, now it's running, and now try, continue, continue, continue. Okay, so okay, might be it is not available over here, so let me save it, and let me try to save something and check it over here. Yeah, so header and footer is not available. Yeah, just because see, I adding header footer, right? I add this header template, footer template, but there's a one more things over there. So yeah, display header footer, right? If by default is false, until you set the true, it won't show actually that header and footer. So now try to uh, restart application. Okay, and now run it and continue, 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 and continue. Okay, okay, now see, I'm getting that. Okay, let me save it so that you can see easily, and replace that old one. Yeah, replace old one and open it again, open it here. Now see, header is available over here, but some design issue means whatever that header actually overlap in this my layout, right? That will be fixed, not an issue. But if you see, the footer also is available with this page number. Now we have a one of three page with this generated on this date, right? And similar, every page has this, header and footer, header and footer, right? This is nice feature, right? Which is we don't need to anything, we don't need to do anything, but yeah, it's automatically set up based on my page size, right? So yeah, I think what I can do now, so based on this sound, now it is overriding, right? Or just overlap that. So we have another options over there actually. So for example, I have options like margin option. Okay, so if you set that margin, now see, we have that margin, whatever margin you can set, the top, right, bottom, left, because I have to set some header, right? So definitely I have to keep some space for the top, then right and bottom and the left, right? Save it and just reload it, see. And yeah, I think this time send it. I'll just skip the debugging, all the debugging. Where's the debugging? Yeah, so yeah, delete all breakpoints. Okay, continue. Cool. Yeah, now see, it is perfectly showing on the top. There's a few more margin, but yeah, that up to you. You can set it. Now see, this is the second page. Now it's fourth page. Okay, so if I save it, now save it to, replace it to old one, save it, okay, and open it to again, and yeah, here is that. Okay, now my header is there and footer is there perfectly, it's showing correctly, right? There is a 4 pages, and now this is second page, also is a whatever that title and that date, and this is my 2 of 4, this is 3 of 4, and this is 4 of 4. But one issue, right? See, that whatever image previously, it is just showing that complete page, right? That issue actually you observe over here. So how we can fix it? So for fix it that issue, actually if you scroll down, the issue is this paper format. Okay, so I don't think we require this paper format to generate PDF, because always we have to generate this A4 size only, and then once we are trying to print out, so that time actually we can set what kind of page is what are the page formatting. So yeah, if you changes to as of now, that later, so that is perfectly working fine. Let me show you. So yeah, let me show you. Now it's running. Now just regenerating again. Okay, now it's regenerating, and if you scroll down, now see, now it looks good, right? Because now it's no actually it is not taking that 100% bit of my image, right? So yeah, like this way even I can save it to, now it's a final one, right? So I can use dynamic, or just what do you say, it is a, yeah, dynamic HTML, I think. Dynamic HTML, and save it. Now open it to dynamic HTML. Yeah, so it is perfectly working fine. If you zoom it 100%, you can see, yeah, that user detail along with the style is completely working. User data is working along with the header. Every page has a header, and also the image is also working fine. Okay, one more thing I would like to show. Now see, as of now I'll just taking as a URL, directly URL, but if I required that bytes array of that particular image, So how we can do that? So that also you can use it existing functionality which I already created. So go to that PDF service and this image URL, right? So instead of this directly passing that URL, you can just comment it this and use this, and it is good. Okay, and yeah, let me refresh this, and yeah, send to request. Yeah, now if you scroll down, image also should loading perfectly, right? And if you want to see that particular HTML, how actually generating that HTML, what is that final HTML, so also we can check it over here. Where is my HTML? Yeah, here is my HTML. So we can put that debugger point over here, so I can get that HTML over here. So send it, and you can see this is complete HTML. Copy that, go back to your here, paste it, and now see it is generating all that bytes code of that images. So that's why it is just lots of bytes, right, for all that images, right? So yeah, that pretty much covered, I guess. Everything I just covered for this package. Yeah, if feel free to add the comments if any issues and any difficulties for this package. So till now, yeah, before close this session, actually I'll just add this repository so that you can utilize this repository, right? So yeah, add that GitHub link, and yeah, this is Puppeteer Sharp PDF, and I think I can add something like that. PDF generation, I guess that is fine. Generation web API, right? And I can make it public and create and push. Okay, now you can take it this repository from my GitHub account. So yeah, that's all for this session. Thank you. Have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.